Now our next concept is nesting of a function, nested function. Okay, what do you mean by nesting function? Any function can be placed within another function is called as nested function, or function within another function is called as nested function. Let us see what is the definition as given here. Any function can call from any another function is called as nested function. That is nothing but a function within function. Any function can be called within another function is called as nested function. There is in principle no limit as to how deeply function can be nested. It means you can call any function with any function call, means any number of a function calls can be called another functions. Okay, any number of a function can be called with any another functions, right? So to understand this concept, let us see this simple example. If you give the attention on this simple example, then you can find what exactly we are doing this program. Okay, yes, let me copy first. Okay, Control C, take the new file and paste it. So this is the sample program related to, so here it is missed, everything is missed. Okay, in your program we are having a lot of mistake. Let me give it as a sample program to nested functions, right? So it is always better to write hash include stdio.h, hash include onio.h, hash include math.h. okay, math.h. So this is the function prototype declaration. Float is the return type, ratio is the name of the function. Here you are taking the three parameters as a integer variables. So this is the prototype declaration, right? Prototype declaration, right? And here one more prototype declaration you are doing, that is another function with the name of the function as a difference, and your program starts with void main function, and here you are starting with open curly brace, right? Let us see this program very carefully. Okay, int a comma b comma c you have declared. Now give the clear screen. Okay, now write one output statement, printf enter abc value. Please observe, enter a comma b and c values /n. Now you have to read that three values from the keyboard, so you are written the scanf. Now while displaying only, you are displaying these values, but please observe here what exactly you are doing. You are calling this function, exactly you are doing calling this function. Here the return type is a float, and here you are taking the parameter list as an integer. It is also possible in your functions. Okay, yes. Now here while displaying after the processing, please observe I am writing one output statement. It is only for our understanding purpose. After processing difference and ratios, let us see the result is okay. Yes, I'm written like that. Okay, now you are displaying this value %f while displaying you are calling the function. What is the name of the function you are calling? Ratio. What is the name of the function you are calling? Ratio. So whatever the values of a ratio a, b, c you are supplying, the function calls automatically. It will transfer to the x, y, z value. So here also some mistake is there. Please observe, this is the open curly brace, here the curly brace has mistake. Now whatever the a, b, c values exist, this is the actual parameter. This actual parameter will be copied to the formal parameter, and after copying that, please observe here once again what you are doing. within this function you are calling another function. In if difference, what is difference? Difference is the name of the function, right? Function within another function, within the ratio function you are calling the difference function, then it is called as nested function. So you are calling difference function y comma z. Okay, so whenever you call difference of y comma z, control will come here. Your prototype declaration has done as an integer, it has done as an integer, so it comes here. Float, ratio, difference, you are calling this function, control will come here in the difference p comma q. This is the actual parameter and this is the dummy parameter of this y comma z. Okay, so whatever the value present in yz will be copied into p comma q, and now I am checking one condition. If p is not equal to q, then return true, else return 0. If for example y value is 10, z value is 20, 10 will be copied in p and q value will be copied in 20. 10 is not equal to 20, condition is true, it will return 1. If it returns 1, to whom it is returning for the if condition? If of 1 means condition is true. If of 1, it is returning the value as 1. If the condition is true, then once again you are calculating the ratio. So how to you are calculating the ratio? X by y minus z. For example, let us see x value as 50, y value is 10, z value is 20. Okay, x value is 50 by y value is 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10, 10. So 50 by 10, it will returns 5. So to whom it is returning, whom is calling this ratio function, hence this value will be returned this. Yes, let me copy this program and now we will see how this nested function will evaluate. Okay, let me save it and fun16.c and come here, your editor, alt enter. Yes, so open your file fun16.c. so this is your program. Let me compile it first. It consists of one error. Let me check what is that. Undefined symbol. Oh, here it is not as a 0.00, it is provided as a O. Okay. Okay, 0.0. okay. Yes, now save it, now compile it, now run it. So it is asking for ABC values. I am entering 12, 2, 3. So after processing difference and ratios, the result is minus 12.0000. Why? Please observe. I will explain by pressing sequence of execution F7. So in F7 you have taken the two prototype declaration. One is for the difference calculation and one is for the ratio calculations. Okay, difference means subtraction, ratio means division, right? So let us see here. It starts with the main function, 3 variables. You are entering 3 values. Now it is asking for that. I am entering 12 to 12 to 2. Now it will give 0. Now it make it as a 8. It will give in the negative, no problem. F7. So processing the result you are calling. Once it will come here, it will process the 3 different values 12 to 8, right? So 2 8 difference. Once again you are calling this a difference function. It will go here. 2 is not equal to q, condition is true. If a condition is true, it is returning the value x by y minus z. X value is 12 by 2 minus 8 minus 6. Then the result will come in negative value. Okay, who is we are calling the function, it will return the value as negative, correct? Yes, negative value as called. So if you want to get the positive value, let me run once again this program. Now I'm entering 30, now 20 and 10. Now you will see the positive value, right? The positive value is 3. These kinds of difference and ratios are very important, as you know, where these kinds of programs are used in your mathematics, and these kinds of solvation is required in your softwares also. So these kinds of programs we are using. So this is the concept of nested function. What is a nested function? Function call within another function call is called as nested function. So this program has asked, this topic has asked, and this is also very important question, recursive function. In the previous program we have explained recursive function, right? A recursive method, right? What is a recursive function? A function definition consisting of function call to itself. Your function definition consisting of a function call itself, such kinds of functions are said to be recursive functions. Okay, in your function definition, function call is exist. How long it will be exist? It will be exist until unless a condition satisfies. Okay, these functions are said to be recursive functions. Okay, now let us see here. This is the function body. In the function body, it is just for your understanding purpose. This will be evaluate. Here the function body, you are calling the function call. It will be called for infinity time. This will be called an infinity time. You won't exit from your editor. Okay, yes, output screen you are unable to edit, you are unable to exit. And here we are having one of a important program, that is a factorial. So for example, if I enter 5, what is the 5 factorial? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so these kinds of a factorial program we can able to identify by using this recursive function, right? So in 10th or 9th class you have learned that n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 and so on. These are the formulas. These formulas can be easily implemented with the coding of C program. Okay, for this evaluation we have to follow this logic. We have to follow this logic. Here also missed, right? Let me modify here wherever the mistake has happened. Yes, let me save it and come here. Now you are seeing this is the logic for your factorial value. Suppose if you enter as a 5, you are calculating 5 equal to 1, whether condition is true, false. If it is false, it will come here 5 into factorial. Once again we are calling 5 minus 1, 4. So 5 into 4, 4, we are once again calling 4, and it will check 4 equal to 1, condition false. 5 into 4, 20. 20 into 4 minus 1, 3. So it is calling. How long it will call? Until unless it satisfies this condition. Until unless it satisfies this condition. Once this condition is satisfied, then value will be returned to the calling function. The value will be returned to the calling function. Okay, yes. So let us see this sample program. After that we are having one more program, that is a Fibonacci series. As we know what is a Fibonacci series, and we will explain. Let me take new file and paste it, and here write a program to find the factorial of a given number by using recursion. Okay, so you have to enter a number and you have to identify the factorial of that number. As include stdio.h, konya.math.h is the compulsory. Your program starts with the main function. Now you are declaring the variables regarding to your program. So I am taking two variables and I am named as result comma n. Now I am writing one output statement, enter a number. So once you enter a number, we have to enter a number from the keyboard. For that I am taking the input function as a scanf and I am reading the value as 5, as we know, right? Result is equal to, for the result I am assigning fact of n. Fact is the name of the function. We are prototype declaration has not done. Why? Because you are calculating in integer, right? Now you are supplying the value of a 5, fact of a 5. You are calling the function body will comes. Here the n is the actual variable, x is the dummy variable of n. Whatever the value present in n will be copied in x. Now it is checks now. X equal to 1. In x what is the value? 5. 5 equal to 1, false. If it is false, it will come here, else it will return x into fact x minus 1. Once again you are calling here itself only, right? 5 into 5 minus 1, 4. Once again you are calling, it will come here 4 equal to 1, condition false. 5 into 4, 20. 20 into once again 4 minus 1, 3. You are calling. Now x become 3. 3 equal to 1, false. It will come here 20 into 3, 60. 60 into 3 minus 1, 2. So you are once again calling fact of 2. X become 2. It checks 2 equal to 1, condition false, and comes here else block. 60 into 2, that is 120. 120 into fact of 2 minus 1, 1. So it will come here. Now the x value is 1. 1 equal to 1. Condition is true, it will return 1. So it will return the value of the result as 120. Okay, return true, then it will return the value as 120 in the result. Okay, already it has returned this value as 120 to this fact. Once the condition is true, then it will return 1, and already in result it has stored as 120. Now if you display that result value, the factorial of number is 120 will come. Okay, yes. Now save it. Let me give fun 17.6. now come here, alt enter, come open your file fun 17.6, alt F9. Two errors exist, let me check. Return statement missing, where it is semicolon is missed. Okay, semicolon must be exist. Now there is no error. Now run it. It is asking for the number. I am entering the 5, whether 5 is 120. Yes, factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, let me show you how this program will execute in the sequence by pressing the function key F7. So your program starts from main function, whatever the variable declaration is initialized, and it will starts, and it is asking for an entry number. Now I am entering the number 6. I want to know what is the factorial of 6, right? Let me check it. Once it is a function is calling, it will come to the function body. In the function body, it checks whether 6 equal to 1, false. If it is a false, it will come here. 6 into fact of 5. As we know, fact of 5 is 120, right? So it will repeat until unless condition fail. Okay, so once the condition fails, then it will display the result. That result is 720. 120 into 6, 720. Got it? Yes. Likewise, this recursive function will evaluate. What is a recursive function? A function definition consisting of function call itself is called as recursive function. And one more program is there, Fibonacci series. Actually it is not asked. Let me check it. Okay, no, this question has asked. Fibonacci series has asked, I think so. Let me explain. What is the Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series is a summation of individual integers, right? Summation of adjacent integers, right? Yes. For example, 0 1, 0 plus 1 1, 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 3 7, 8 plus 3 13, 13 plus 8 21, like that. These are called as a Fibonacci series. If you want to execute this Fibonacci series, let us see how we can do by using this recursive function. Now we have declared these header files, main function. Whatever the variable is required, you are declaring int I comma n. You have to enter a number, and if you are taking the Fibonacci series compulsory, one looping statement is exist. For that, I value counter variable is used, and fib one of a variable is used. And next, you are declaring the prototype declaration. This is a prototype declaration. What is the name of the function? Fibonacci. Prototype declaration, its return type is integer. It will return the integer value, and name of the function is Fibonacci, and you are supplying one integer value. Okay, now your clear screen, you are writing one output statement, enter the number of terms of series. So you have to give the series term. How many terms? For how many terms you have to calculate the Fibonacci series you have to provide. For example, if I enter 5, so what is the 5? 0, we will see now. Okay, so I'm giving the term of n as 5 from the keyboard. So scanf is reading the value from the keyboard. You are reading the value from the keyboard, and you're processing. Now you have to process. Printf Fibonacci series with %d terms n. It means it will show the output as Fibonacci series with 5 terms. It will show up to 5 terms. What is the 5 terms of a Fibonacci value? For that we have to write one for loop. For I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. If condition is true, you are assigned Fib is equal to Fibonacci of 1. So you are supplying Fibonacci of 1, your function calling. Here it is function call. When function is called, it will go to the function body. Here it will come. Here you have declared one global variable, right? Here you have declared one global variable int m. Now you are processing statement here, int f as a local variable, int m as a global variable. Now you are checking one condition. What is the m? Whatever the value you are supplying, high is the actual variable, it will be copied into m, that is 1, right? 1 equal to 1, condition is true, it will return 0. So in Fib it will store as a 0. Now it will display as a 0. Okay, right? Now after displaying the 0, where the control will go? High incrementation. Now new value is 1 plus 1 2. 2 less than or equal to 5, condition true. Once again you are calling this Fibonacci of 2. Here m will come as a 2. Whether m equal to 1, no, condition false. So once again it will come here, m equal to 2, condition true, it will return 1. So value 1 will be written, it will be stored in your Fibonacci, and now it will display as 1. Okay, next, where the control will go? Control will go here. I will be incremented 2 plus 1, sorry, 1 plus 1 2, right? Yes, 2 plus 1 3. 3 less than or equal to 5, condition true. Once again it enters into the block. Fib is equal to Fibonacci of 3. So Fibonacci of 3. Now m become 3. It checks m equal to 1, false. M equal to 2, false. It will come here, Fibonacci of m minus 1. You are once again calling recursive function, right? You are once again calling 2 minus 1. What is the 2 minus 1 value? 1. So once again you are calling with 1. Now 1 equal to 1 means it will return 0. So 0 plus, here it will return as a 0 plus Fibonacci of 3 minus 2 1. Now sorry, 3 minus 1 2, right? 3 minus 1 2, it has written 1. Here it will come 1 plus, here it is 0. 1 plus 0 1. So f will be stored and it will be returned. This value will be returned to the calling function, that is a Fib. In the Fib, 0 plus 1 1 will be stored. After that it I will be increment. Now I become 4. 4 less than or equal to 5, condition true. Now once again you are calling the Fibonacci series function, and 4 will be passed here, and it will check this is the first. Now it will come here, 4 minus 1 3. 4 minus 1 3. Once again you are calling, it is not executing, right? 3 minus 1 2. 2 will be execute, that is 1. And here 4 minus 2 2. Yes, 1 plus 1, it is 2. So it will return 2 to this Fib, and Fibonacci of 4 as a 2, it will be stored in Fib, and now if you display it will print as a 2. And after displaying that, where the control will go? Here, high incrementation. Now 4 plus 1 5. 5 less than or equal to 5, condition true. It will come here, Fibonacci of 5. Once again it comes here, m value is 5. It will check 5 equal to 1, false. 5 equal to 2, false. It will come here, Fibonacci of 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. Once again you are calling 4. 4 equal to 1, no. 4 equal to 2, no, right? Once again you are calling 4 minus 1. Likewise you are calling, and it will be evaluate. 1 plus 2 is 3. It will be stored here in Fib. That is, whenever you print, Fib will becomes 1 plus 2 is 3 will come. Okay, further no process will be done, hence it will return as 0 1 1 2 3. Up to 5 term is 0 1 1 2 3. It will be displayed. Let me check whether it will work or not. Fun 18.6. now let me check. Open our editor, alt enter, F3, fun 18.c, fi, compile it. There is no error, run it, and let me give up to 5 series. What is the output? 0 1 1 2 3, right? So that is the output we have got. And let us check I will show how the sequence of a program will run. So it starts at main function. It is asking up to n terms. I am entering only the 5. If you want a 6, or let me give it as a 10, up to 10 series. Okay, now let us see. I am pressing F7. It is the first time it is entering into the loop. It is calling the function call. It comes to the function body, and second it checks. It is a condition is false, right? Sorry, ml is 1, correct. It is printing 1, and once again it I incrementation is done. Now I becomes 2. Once again it is passing m is equal to 2. Is condition is true, it will returns 1, and the value will be displayed. After that it is calling as a 3. Once it is a 3, it is a false. It will come here 3 minus 1 2, plus 3 minus 2 1. Already we are familiar that 3 minus 1 2, Fibonacci of 2 is 1, Fibonacci of 1 is 0, right? 1 plus 0 0, right? So once again it is calling. It will be evaluated till now. Here in this program you are identifying two functions. One is a recursive function and another one is a nested function. What is a nested function? Function within another function, right? Sorry, nested function is not there. It is only recursive function. So this will be evaluated until unless the condition false. So up to 10 series it will evaluate. We will get the result up to the 10 series. So because we have taken 10 series, right? Up to 10 series it will evaluate. Okay, we'll see what is the output now. Font F5. So that is the 13. Still is there, it has to come. Okay, yes, now just run it. I am showing 10. If you enter the 10, it is a 34. Up to 34 it will come, right? So as we know, what is a recursive function? Recursive function is a function call within function body, right? Yes. So that is about your recursive function. And the next our concept is the difference between recursion and iteration. Here it is exist. We will explain this topic now. Okay, yes. Difference between recursion and iteration is an example is the repetition or iteration structure. These structures are used to execute a group of instructions repeatedly. Iterations means these structures are repeatedly execute a group of statements unit some logical condition. So how it will execute a block of statement repeatedly until a condition satisfies. Recursion means a function which invokes itself repeatedly. Here a function which invokes itself repeatedly until some condition satisfies. That is a recursive function. So two or more function which invokes a call each other are called mutually exclusive recursive function. Likewise here it is executed, and here we have seen that factorial number you have done factorial number for recursion, and also you can do the factorial number by using the iteration. Already we have learned this concept in your looping statement. Okay, this recursion function just now we have done. Got it? Yes. Now our next topic is arrays. What is our next topic? Next topic is an arrays. So let me, before explaining that, let me explain this function iteration example of a factorial and iteration factorial example of function call. Yes, this is sample program of factorial using iteration. Okay, yes. So here you are declaring the variable void main function. You are declaring the variables related to the factorials. Yes. Now int I comma num, you have to enter a number, and you are taking I means compulsory a looping statement is exist. You are writing one output statement, enter a number, so you have to enter the number that will be stored here. If I enter the 5 factorial, I have to know what is the 5 factorial, right? Here long integer as declared as a long, because if you are doing for the long values, your range won't supports. That is why we are declared it as a long. Now I'm writing, for example, I'm taking only 5 for the num. I is equal to 2, 2 less than or equal to num condition is true, it will come here. F is equal to f into 2. What is the f value? 1. 1 into 2, 2, right? So it will be stored 2. Now I will be increment. Now I become 3. 3 less than or equal to 5 condition is true. Already in f it is consist of 2. 2 into 3, 6, and I will be increment. Now I becomes 4. 4 less than or equal to 5 condition is true. 6 into 4, 24, and 5 factorial is 120, right? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is 120. So likewise it will evaluate and it will display factorial of a percentage d is percentage d, factorial of a 5 is, that is 120. Let me check whether it will come same or not. Okay, fun 18 already has there, 19.c. okay, now open our editor, f3 fun 19.c, and compile it and run it. Suppose if you enter a number as a 5, it is displaying, whether it is displaying, not displaying. Why? Clear screen function and get ch function has not used. Let me use that, get ch, yes, and save it and compile it. Alt F9, control F9. Now enter the value of 5. The factorial of 5 is 120. So let me show you how the sequence of execution will done. Now pressing F7, it starts at main function. Whatever the variable is declared, it will be initialized, and it starts with the enter a number. It is asking a number, I am entering the 5. Okay, and press the enter key and press the F7. Now I is equal to 2, 2 less than or equal to 5 condition is true. F is equal to 1, 1 into 2, 2, it will be stored 2. Next I will be execute here itself only until unless condition false, means I will be incrementation and everything whatever explained, it will be evaluate. After that it is giving as 120. Got it? So this is the iteration method. So it will execute until unless a condition becomes fails. Okay, now if you want to do the same program by using the recursion method, already we have explained. Once again we are explaining the same program. I'm copying and taking the new file, right? Let us say factorial using recursion. Okay, first you are declaring hash include conio.h as well as hash include stdio.h. Here you can use function body either here, or also you can use after the main function also. There is a not at all a problem. Okay, yes. Now I'm writing the main function. In the main function you are declaring the variable. The name of the variable is a num. Afterwards I'm having clear screen, and you are writing one output statement, that is enter a number, and you are entering a number from the keyboard, that is 5. I'm entering factorial of 5 is percentile ld. Here ld I have taken, right? Let us see here. I'm taking it as a num is a 5, and fact of num. Here the while processing only you are calling that function. While displaying only you are calling that function. What is the name of the function here? Fact of 5. You are passing 5. Okay, here ld has taken, it clearly gives its prototype is long. If you are taking the control string ld, means you have to suppose to specify it with long int. Okay, long int is the return type, and fact is the name of the function, and num whatever the value is present, this is the actual variable and this is the dummy variable. Okay, your actual variable is also can be treated as a dummy variable. If you are getting a confusion, you can rename it with some other variable. Okay, now 5 is passing 5 equal to 0 false. it will come here 5 into fact of 5 minus 1, 4. Once again it will call here 4, 4 equal to 0, condition false. 5 into 4, 20, 20 into 4 minus 1, 3. So once again it will call num. So it is a 3, 3 equal to 0, condition false. It will come here 20 into 3, 60, 60 into 2. Factorial of 2 comes here. 2 equal to 0, condition false, comes here. 60 into 2, 120, 120 into 2, 2 minus 1, 1. Once again you are calling fact 1. 1 equal to 0, condition false. 120 into 1, 120, 1 minus 1, 0. So it will return the calling function as 120 already. Now it will come here as 0, 0 equal to 0, condition true, it will return 1. Okay, so after the 120 it will exit. Okay, yes. Get ch. Already till now we have learned this program, and saving this program with the fun 20.c. yes. Okay, open our editor, alt enter, open your file fun20.c. so this is our program. Compile it. Consists of one error, type mismatch of a fact. So instead of that, long int num. So let me declare here the prototype declaration, long int fact of int. That's it. Let me check whether it will work or not. Yes, prototype declaration is not done, hence it is showing as an error. Now run it and give the file. It is giving as 120. So for the execution I am showing by pressing the F7. You can see function key. If I press F7 you can see the sequence of execution. So main function, already it is reading that prototype declaration. It is asking for a number to enter. You have to supposed to give number. I am giving a 5, and it is displaying. While displaying you are calling, and whatever the value is present it will be passed here, and it will return. Once again coming, once again coming, once again coming. Please observe here. Likewise it will display the output. Okay, yes. So that's about the difference between iteration and recursion. Hope you understand this concept. We will meet in another class, and next topic is also very important. So we will meet in the another class and we will see this topic. Okay, see you in the